Hey guys, Marsegan here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so today we are going to be talking about the EZA Gohan, whose details were revealed on Twitter a few hours ago. I did a video going over it. Obviously the details came out at the beginning of the early stream this morning, so shout out to everyone who was there, everyone who gave their thoughts and the discussion that we had on the stream. But as always, when these new units get revealed or new EZAs, I like to make a post and get some responses from people, just to get an idea of the temperature level, I guess, of the community in terms of whether or not we think that this new unit or EZA is any good or good enough, or just what people in general think of the unit. So, as you can see here, what do you guys think of the AGL Kid Gohan EZA? Looks great to me, but already seeing people calling him mid, which, I mean, could be rage bait. People will literally call everything mid these days, but yeah, let me know your thoughts here for a community response video. So we are just going to go ahead and jump straight in and see how we get on. So first comment here from Ophelia. They say he literally doesn't have any recent teams, can't do damage, loses most of his damage reduction after turn 3. He isn't good and you almost never get his active. I would have given him something to help if he does fall to half health during those first 3 turns, like dodge maybe. So you can see I did actually reply to this one because I saw the comment before I started the video. Because yeah, I was very confused by the beginning part. He doesn't have any recent teams, when like one of the whole reasons to kind of be excited about his EZA is that he's on Daima Goku's team and the In Hybrids team. And I think they just essentially say that like he doesn't link well with those guys, but like I don't think that really matters when ideally he's going to be like a floating support unit most of the time. Like you might not keep him on rotation anyway, so him linking with the units in slot 1 and 2 isn't super important when he's providing them with a ton of support. But yeah, Daima basically just wants Super Saiyan 4s on it plus Piccolo. He doesn't link with Goten and Trunks well at all, I think. But yeah, again, like linking with them isn't really the issue, right? Him just being on rotation, giving the defense. Wait, can't do damage. I mean, he's not there to do damage, right? He's a support unit primarily. Loses most of his damage reduction after turn 3. I'm assuming because he loses his guard, but his guard is for 3 turns, right? He still has the 58% damage reduction. So I guess it just depends like how many supers you get and how much defense he builds up to. And then on the Daima team, with all the crazy support, like the Glorio floating around and stuff like that, I feel like he's going to be pretty good. Also, his active skill, like, I feel like you will see his active skill. It's 58% or less HP, and considering that in a lot of situations now, if you get supered by a boss and actually do survive, it's because you've either tanked it for double digits with the right unit, dodged, or you take a bunch of damage and you probably are at 58% or less HP. So I feel like in practice you will be able to see his active skill more often than not. It's also slightly confusing because they then also say I would have given him something to help if he does fall to half health during the first 3 turns. You could just use his active skill, because his active skill doesn't have a turn restriction. So if you drop to half health during the first 3 turns, you just use his active skill, get a heal. Obviously he has guard already, but gives extra defense. And then yeah, he should be perfectly fine. Like for a sort of meme run on the stream earlier, I took him against the seriously serious Goma, who I know isn't like the hardest boss or anything, but on the Daima Goku team, like today, without his EZA as a level 120, like however many years old unit, and I took a load of damage on turn 1, used Gohan's active skill on turn 2, and he tanked all the normals for double digit damage. So I think he should be perfectly fine. But we'll see. This person said, yeah, Daisuke says, bro, people called Beast mid on release, which I will say the same thing I said here. I refuse to believe that like anyone saying that Beast was mid, like on release, either doesn't understand the game or was just trolling, right? But I mean, yeah, people will say all kinds of stuff without thinking it is very true. Vector says not blown away, but he isn't locked to the one event I'm not trying to play, so he's cool enough. Yeah, he's good in Festival, but he's not a Festival-only unit. Vector is a fellow Festival hater, so whilst I don't always agree with his takes, at least we will fight side by side on that front, so that's fair. Right, shout out to our boy Raldo. I believe he'll be a nice defensive option, providing some good defensive support. The heal and 2-turn defense support as well will help some of the defensive holes that his team needs. I think he's good. Yeah, this is the thing. I think he's good. I don't think he's like great, crazy, best EZA or anything like best new TUR EZA or anything like that, but I do think he is very, very good. I feel like he is being massively underrated already, but that seems to happen all the time. I don't know. Our boy Proton, the data download goat. Free guard, free damage reduction, free defense on several calculation phases for him and the team. 333. The only mid thing about him is that unlike recent cards or EZAs, his passive isn't a Bible page, and you can read and understand his kit in a full yeah, people probably underestimating him just because his kit is so short. It's like they read it and it's like, that's it. But like the things that he does are really, really good. Like, yeah, he just gets that guard for 3 turns. He has damage reduction, like all of the stuff, like even the damage reduction, even though it does have a restriction, it's like such an easy one to meet that realistically you shouldn't have to worry about it at all. So yeah, he definitely seems good. Helps the hybrids team a lot against their hardest boss, says Pun. He looks good enough for that team. He just looks good enough for that team, basically perfect. I don't know about Daima Forku's team, as I doubt anyone will bother using him there. I mean, that is a valid point that Ophelia mentioned earlier, right at the beginning, is that he does he would be good on the Daima Goku team, I think, but it's like, who are you taking off? I already have trouble putting all the units that I want to put on Daima Goku's team already as it is, with all the support options you have, as well as then the other non-support, just like strong units that you want to put on there. So that is a good point, I suppose. But yeah, the hybrids team should definitely be very fun with him. Simon88 says, yeah, he seems decent enough as a slot 3 support, can be run as a slot 2. Pretty much what I expected he would be. I'm more excited to see Heroes EZAs now. Hopefully they are soon and not been forgotten about. Yeah, I did do a video about that yesterday, so check that out if you hadn't seen it, going over the dates and stuff from the last couple of years and just trying to figure out and speculate when the Heroes EZA should be coming out this year. So, like I said, that was one of yesterday's videos. If you didn't see it, go check it out. Leave me a comment over there. Let me know what you think. But yes, very much looking forward to those. Demi85 says, good support unit, nothing special or wow factor going through his full kit. I mean, I guess it's, yeah, on the one hand, you can say, like, nothing special, but, like, you know, I think he's good. Like, things like 58% damage reduction while having guard in the first couple of turns is something that is obviously very, very good. And obviously is going to make him very effective. But yeah, I think he's solid enough. He feels like he got the buff he deserved. Will be an amazing option for the Daima as well as youth team with his support, but I feel he should have gotten permanent guard from the active skill and he would have been perfect. But solid 7.5 out of 10. I mean, yeah, they can't give him the active skill, like any active skill changes. However, one thing they could do, because we've seen characters have a thing in their passive, like I think Daima Goku has one, right, where it's like when attacking with 12 key or using the active skill, you can activate like an ability. So they could have given him, like, in his passive, because it doesn't mean like not having to change the active skill. In his passive, they could have literally put like once activating the active skill and then like a one-time activation or something, and then it just says like has guard for 99 turns or something. Like, that's something they could do, so that even though they can't change his active skill, they can make it so that once his active skill has been activated, he then has guard permanently, which I guess would have been kind of cool. But yeah, I still think he'll be perfectly fine, like, as he is, but we shall see. Seems he'll do just fine in content, says Dre, although his festival performance seems very iffy. It sucks his guard is so limited and his kit is very bare bones on top of all of it. I think his kit being like bare bones, like Proton said, right, it's because his kit's not super long, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's not good. Also, festival, I think he'll be perfectly fine, right? He like greatly raises on his unit super and then raises on his normals. So if you're getting multiple supers every turn, I don't see why he shouldn't be stacking up to the kind of levels that will be perfectly fine. I guess the problem is the fact that he doesn't stack attack. So even though he does greatly raise attack for the turn on his super, like, he's not going to be doing a lot of damage at the end of the run. But then that's not what he's on the team for, I guess. Bao says, if I had a nickel every time the community called a great EZA mid before release, I'd be one of the richest people on the planet. True. Seems very, very good. People just jump into... I genuinely don't understand. Like, if you guys think that he is mid, let me know in the comments. But I don't understand why people think that. So if you do, please let us know why. His actual defense stat is scarily bad unless you're running the new Piccolo with him, says Zekro Miner. Yeah, I mean, I guess he wants a Piccolo, right, for that unit super, which if you're not running a Piccolo with him, then it's obviously not going to be as good. I've seen some calcs for, like, his defense being relatively decent, right? Like, I think he's around about 1 million on the second turn if you've gotten the unit super and an additional. And then the thing you've got to remember as well is that he gets like 73% defense when he gets hit. So his defense does actually jump up quite a lot. Pranoy Paul says, great addition to the teams like Demonic Power or Heavenly Events. Yeah. Jonathan, people think everything is mid these days unless it's anniversary level units like Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. True, and as we saw earlier, like some people even calling Beast Gohan mid on release, even though those people are, I'm sure, trolling or just genuinely insane, but I don't know. Saro says, pretty good in the mini Goku team. Demonic power units like Glorio, the Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Pansy, but on paper looks decent. Stacking defense, damage reduction, guard for 3 turns. For me, it's an upgraded version of the Tech Bojack movie Gohan EZA. So actually, no, it's pretty good. We've definitely seen worse comments in the past, so good work, Saro. But yeah, definitely decent. Stacking, the guard damage reduction is going to be very strong defensively in the early turns. I think he should be fine. De Jones says, solid. Just wish his damage reduction wasn't category restricted though, even if it had to be. Wish it were hybrids or youth instead of demonic power. I mean, the thing is, with it being hybrids, like, or for hybrids related teams, all Gohans are on demonic power. So you're going to be hard pressed to run him on many of his teams without a demonic power ally, considering like Gohan, Goten and Trunks are on demonic power because of Gohan, right? So I think that's fine for the teams that he does want to be on. Like, where are you going to be running a hybrids team that doesn't have Gohans on it realistically, right? So I think it's fine as it is. Giovanni says, pretty much what I was expecting, adding demonic power to his kit, flipping some of his attack conditions and removing the stun and enemy restriction is a plus. Also, I'm hoping for a new premium Piccolo to come out soon. I've been waiting too long as a big fan of him. Yeah, because if you don't have the Daima Piccolo, then you obviously don't have a great option for a Piccolo on the team for him at the moment. The tech one that transforms into Orange Piccolo should hopefully get an EZA sometime in the next few months, which would be awesome. But I guess we're just going to have to see. Alex the Great says, looks like a decent support, but not jumping off the page of crazy multipliers. Yeah, he's not going to be crazy defensively. He definitely won't be crazily offensively, but he's not supposed to be, I guess. But yeah, we'll see once we actually get to see him in game, see the numbers. SSJ Pedro says, people who call him mid do not play the game. It's as simple as that. I mean, there you go. Blake says, would have liked him stacking attack as well. I think that would have been good. That would be a thing for like shoring up any issues he potentially would have in Festival. Not that it matters too much, I guess, for Festival, but like, yeah, him stacking attack would be good for the normal events as well, just to be doing that little bit of extra damage as we go. Weber Class, shout out to you, says, looks pretty amazing to me. Has slot 1 potential at the start for fights, provides a huge amount of defense support and now has multi-turn support. Stacks defense, so if content becomes longer again, he will still be good. Massive buff for Daima, Forku and the Int hybrid teams. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, I think early on in a fight, if the enemy's not doing crazy damage slot 1, turn 1, you could probably get away with using him in slot 1, especially if you have support and stuff. I think that could still work quite well. So very interesting to see how he's actually going to pan out in game. Our boy Dre says he's very good. We'll have units like Daima, Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Int Gohan and Goten and Trunks that he can work with. He'll be excellent support and not some wannabe damage dealer. Yeah, that's the thing. I saw people like in the stream, even people being like, oh, well, he's not going to hit very hard. And it's like, well, yeah, but like he's not supposed to, right? That's not the role of his card, right? But I think he's going to be good at what he's there to do. That active skill, I think you will see it more often than you potentially think, and it's going to be very, very helpful, giving the heal, giving everyone an extra defensive buff, and giving him the guard again, which means even if you've pushed on to like turn 5, 6, 7, his defense might be high enough that on the active skill turn he can then go in slot 1 as well, which could be quite interesting. Dokkan, DB7 Dokkan, I think he's a good slot 1 option. Goku's team needed. Now we need to test how good his defense really is. Yeah, again, like he could slot 1 on Goku's team fairly early. Remember that the Daima Gokus don't give their support until they've attacked or used the active skill. So on turn 1, he won't get the support from Goku if he's in slot 1. But like turn 3, both the Gokus will have their support active, and he'll have supered a bunch on his first turn. So I can imagine turn 3 he could be looking really, really good. He looks to be pretty good, but I think they could have pushed him a bit further. Feels a bit weird to only get 58% defense on attack received when most units nowadays get 100% in the same situation. I'm worried how new the hardest stages will hit. It's because they stuck with that annoying 58 is like the Gohan number. But he does also get the extra. There's like the other bit that says about the 15% as well. So he gets 73%. But I agree, we've seen units recently getting like 200% defense on Super, but I suppose he does have a lot of start of turn extra defense things with his passive, and he has guard, so they could have made it like 158%, and then I think he actually would end up with being quite crazy defensively, which would just be a good thing, of course. But yeah, we shall see. Rain says, people call everything mid that doesn't have 100% damage reduction or 100% chance to dodge the whole fight with 8 additional supers. True. Sane Man, I think he looks good. Good support, fast build up and early guard, plus damage reduction on the Daimagoku team. Yep, exactly. I think he's going to be pretty solid. Philip says he is broken. People will realise this when the showcases start popping up. Great EZA. I don't know if he is that good, but yeah, I definitely think he is good and potentially being underrated. So yeah, I don't know if I would necessarily say he's broken, but he seems very good. Slump God says, seems like a solid EZA. Can't wait to use him in game. Jesus says very disappointed, but doesn't say why. But which kind of, you know, with a thread like this, we want to know what you think, but we want to know why you think. So like very disappointed, but why? So Jesus, if you're watching this video, let me know in the comments. Bob says no damage, which I guess, as we've already said, isn't really important. Mid support and mid defense. I mean, it gives multi-turn support as well as the current turn, like the 58% defense support. So yeah, I don't know if this is like a serious comment, but yeah, I don't know. Taper Chipmunk says he looks good to me. These days it feels really difficult to judge a character before they actually release. It can be, but I think it's one of those things. We don't know exactly how good a unit will be, but we can get a good idea from reading their kit. And then Oak GG says he'll make STR Glorio the super tank, attack at Gogeta 4's full damage buff in GDC stage. STR Glorio, the super tank, attack at Gogeta 4's full damage buff. Wait, what? Is he saying that he will make the STR free-to-play Glorio hit as hard as AGL Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, which I don't think so, especially considering he doesn't have attack support, but yeah, I'm not sure on that last one. I'm interested to see what the reply to this one is. His support is stupid good though, defense-wise. Normal defense support is almost worthless in this age. What, 58% extra defense? Well, it's actually 70 odd, because remember the 15% that he gets when he gets hit is for all allies and himself for 2 turns. So when he gets hit, he's actually giving 73% defense to everyone, and he gives turn 2 multiplicative support. Yeah, it seems pretty good to me. But yeah, I don't know. So yeah, there's a bunch of the comments there on this one. Let me know what you guys think of the AGL Kid Gohan. If you didn't get to see the thread in time before I recorded the video, so you don't see your comment here, do let us know in the comments of the video here what your thoughts were. And of course, if your comment was in the video and you want to expand on your point, or if you changed your mind or anything like that, do let us know that in the comments section here as well. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new, check out the links down below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.